you got to make sure that you take those. Do you need certain medications, right? Do you need, do you need a commode? Do you need a hospital bed? Do you need oxygen? Do you need a lift for whoever's going with you? Do you have a wheelchair? Do you want a motorized scooter versus a push manual wheelchair on a cruise ship? Make sure that right? You don't want to be, your arms are going to get, unless you're young and fit. So like a grandparent or someone that's like, hey, I really struggle with mobility, but I want a scooter. And cruises are great because it's literally you walk on, it's in your stateroom, and then you leave it in your stateroom and you walk off and it's taken care of. And if you need like a prescription or script from your doctor for that, that company helps with that. And then they only work with travel agents. So for those types of things, they don't work with like the general public. To get their stuff, you need to use a travel agent. And then I have a few other resources and things like that. So I like to play the devil's advocate where I am the one that's saying, okay, are you able to go through stairs? Are you able to lift the chair, the scooter or the wheelchair, or do you need to have somebody there with you? Okay, who can go with you? So just those things where what does your everyday life look like? Okay, so what's going to look like when you travel? Are you going to be able to do X, Y, and Z? Do you need a kitchen? Do you need an accessible bathroom? What is that going to look like? And so it's my job to make traveling as seamless as possible compared to your everyday life.
Yeah, that's great, great information. And there's so many degrees of disabilities too. And so, like my mother doesn't necessarily want to travel anymore because she feels like it would be so much of a trouble to do so. And so, is there any types of travel that you feel like are easier for someone like that?
So then I would have to say cruises, just because it's whether you want an ocean cruise or even a river cruise. You can do river cruises in the US if you don't want to go international, or if you're willing to go to Europe. There's even river cruises in Asia. So there's river cruises around. I think that would probably be the easiest because you unpack once, there's everything on the ship. If you want to get off at the port, you can. You can walk around, you can plan an outing, or you can just stay on the ship. And sometimes the spa packages are cheaper when you're in when you're in a port because everybody's going to leave, and so get a little discount on that, or things like that. Or you could a cruise, or you could also do a training excursion. So whether you want to be there's like Amtrak,
Recording
but
in
there's
progress.
also different train excursions. So if you want to do like a like the national parks, you can go to a number of different national parks. And so anything where the transportation is as part of the journey, I would recommend, just because then that way we're going to these different places. I don't have to be an extra bother. Yeah, maybe, hey, I need a little bit extra support, or hey, let's get all of us, you, and if you have siblings or things like that, or anybody else that wants to go, and just be like, hey, well, we're here if you need the support, but if you want to do your own thing or you don't need help, that's fine, but we're here if you need to. So it's kind of like that, assisted living. If you need the help, they're there. If you don't, you're fine on your own. So those are the two things that I would recommend, that, for
That's
somebody that
great.
wants to travel.
Now, and then you are able to arrange the
Mhm.
additional transportation as well, like trains, or
Yep.
like that's one thing that I noticed when I went to Europe was you could take a train between two different countries very easily. So
Yep.
you're able to arrange all those extra little
Yeah. So
things as well.
if you have a plan, like you want to go to Greece and to Italy, if you want to, you just tell me how long, and you're like, hey, we want to resort hop or hotel hop because we want to go to different cities. You can say, we'll figure it out, or you can say, Lori, I need you to figure out how I get from point, we want to go to this city, we're going to stay here 3 days. Okay. I always do 1 day for a travel day just
Mhm.
because you have to check out of wherever you're at. You have to get to the transportation, whether it's a bus, whether it's a train, whether it's a driver, it doesn't matter. You have to get there, get to the transportation or the somehow. You have the time that it's going to take. Is it a 2 hour trip? Is it a 5 hour trip? Whatever. And travel days are just exhausting. So and then you've got to check into your new place to stay. So that's kind of a full day, even for a regular neurotypical person, like even not even with a disability. And so I just say, hey, this is your travel day. If you're able to see something else or you want to add something else, absolutely. But I just say it's a travel day. And, I get you the tickets or we work on that. Here's all the information. Okay, here's your next place of checking in. Okay, you're going to stay there 4 days, whatever. And so I can do all that navigation. I love doing that because it's okay, here's the cost. And there's different levels. So it's like, how much do you want to spend versus how much, what comforts do you need or comforts do you want? And so it's my job to make sure that you go where you want and how you get there. And that's one of the best things about what's called bespoke travel, which is basically customized travel.
That's amazing. And yes, I would love to have you just figure that all out for
Yeah. Yeah. So, and that's the nice thing is that it doesn't necessarily, if you, and I don't charge extra. Like if the only thing I charge extra for is if I am booking a flight and that's all I'm doing. So if you're like, hey, I want a package, I want to do this, or you're like, hey, here's a group tour, things like that. So there's a lot of different things with travel that it's like, what are you looking for? Do you want to, like Scotland and Ireland because they're the same island essentially. But I have couple of different tour operators that you can stay in one place and go out each direction, or you can say, hey, we're gonna hotel hop, but they have like the chartered bus for you. So there's different things, different places. It just depends on what you want, where you want to go. If you like a organized tour for, hey, these are the places we're going to go, or hey, I really want to go to this place, and this place, and I haven't found a tour that does it. That's fine. I can make that your own. I can make it the hall tour, custom tour, So, or if anybody else wants to go with you, and that's the nice thing is people like to travel with friends. And so if you're like, hey, we want to go on this trip, we've been talking to, a couple of our friends and they want to go too. What do they need to do? They just have to call and I can just make it's just, hey, here's the same places where they're staying, where you're staying. We just get them an extra room.
That's perfect. So now I just need to get some people together and find somewhere to go.
Yes, absolutely. It has been a joy talking with you, Nikki. I always love our conversations. I do want to mention how we met is Nikki actually referred me through a different conversation, but she referred me to a group called Christian Business Partners. And she is the current president of our USA online chapter. And if you're interested, we meet Tuesday mornings at 8 a.m. Pacific, whatever Pacific time it is. I love it when Arizona is on mountain because it gives me an extra hour. But it's cbpnetworking.com if you want to go and find either a local chapter or something that works better with your time zone. But Nikki has been an amazing leader in that group. I look forward to seeing her every week. And it's always been a joy to be a part of that group.
Well, I thank you so much for your time and having me as one of your very first hosts or first interviewees. And so, yes, thank you so much for all that you do for our Christian Business Partners group as well. You're definitely a wonderful networker, and we appreciate all that you do for us.
Absolutely. So we have Nikki is on my website. If you go to lcleveradventures.com, under show, you can see her bio, her picture, her website. So if you want to get her in contact with her, and obviously that's got my information. So like and follow Nikki, like and follow Clever Adventures, the podcast, and we are just so excited for this to grow and to see where Clever Adventures and Legal Shield can take on the world next.
Awesome. Yes, I thank you so much. And we're looking to help all of our community, whether it's trail or legal related.
Yep, absolutely. So thanks everyone for watching, tuning in, and we will see you in 2 weeks with another friend from CBP, Miss Joni. So we are excited to have her. So thank you so much, everyone, and we will see you later. Bye.
Take care.